Alright, gamers out there across all of YouTube, welcome to this week's gaming news. All the things that happened, all the highlights, things that are important that happened within these 7 days. We have things like Pikmin reviewing and releasing within this week, Remnant 2 also getting reviews, and breaking some shocking records. And PlayStation finally signs Call of Duty 10 years from Microsoft, all that and more. But before we get to the video, how was your week? How have you been doing? I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you're looking forward to a great weekend playing some awesome games, maybe even Pikmin. Before we get into all of this, do me a favor and like this video if you guys enjoy this video. Dislike it if you don't. Hey, no hate. I can't stop you from doing you. Please consider subscribing as it does help me out tons. And with that, no more dilly-dallying, no more messing around. Let's get into this week's first topic, and it's Pikmin 4 releasing today. Also reviewing this week with a very, very respectable 88, such a solid score from a somewhat niche game. All in all, Pikmin 4 looks like what Pikmin fans want. I'm not a Pikmin fan, so I can't really say as much as whether this is good or bad for them. This looks a lot like Pikmin 3 to me, just with a couple different changes as far as like graphics, camera angles, etc. But overall, it looks like a good game. I'm not picking it up, but if you're playing Pikmin out there, tell me how it is. Let me know, is this something I should be trying? And if you are the biggest Pikmin stan out there, do me a favor and sell me on this one, because I want to be a Pikmin fan. I like Olimar. I like the Pikmins. The dog makes no sense, and I think he's cute. With that being said, let's move on to the next topic. A Mr. Jeffrey Grubb of Giant Bomb has come out and said that Metroid Prime 2 Remastered is coming out sometime soon. He also said that something The Legend of Zelda related that's not related to Tears of the Kingdom will also be happening this year. Now, Jeffrey Grubb, Mr. Grubster, you do this. You leak rumors, you talk about things, and you're really good at it. I give you credit. This one, I don't know if this is meant to be a leak or a rumor or anything, or if he's just talking for talking sense. But I feel like this is pretty common sense. Something Zelda happening from Nintendo isn't a huge guess. It's not completely out of the wheelhouse of possibility. And obviously we know that from the success of Metroid Prime 1 Remastered, it just makes sense to remaster the second one and release it sometime soon. Especially with Metroid Fever being on a huge rise. I don't think these are like necessarily newsworthy. More so just like he's kind of just speaking this into the air so that people, I guess, have it on their radars, or maybe he's just talking for talking sense. It is what it is. I do think it's weird that some people are running with this as like huge, deep, like expect Metroid Prime 2 this, winter. Expect Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princesses, and Wind Waker HD versions coming out for the holidays. I don't think that's what that is. Soonish is not a concrete time period. Beginning of 2024 is soonish. Holiday season is soonish. A soonish is a very vague, and something Zelda related is also like extremely vague. So not much here except the expected. But I am glad that Jeff Grubb has come out here and talk and does say things like this, because it keeps things like Metroid, things like Zelda on the mind as they should be. One of my most highly anticipated games of 2023 is Spider-Man 2. I freaking loved the Spider-Man back on PlayStation 4. I love Spider-Man Miles Morales. And Spider-Man 2 is bringing both of those into the same world. I could play both of them same time, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart style. Insomniac, you know what I want. You get it. And I love that. Not to mention, they released a whole bunch of new information. At San Diego Comic-Con, they showcased a new story trailer showing Harry Osborn, which if you guys played Spider-Man PS4, you know why that's weird. You know why that's like, oh my god, what the hell's going on? They showed Venom, which looks freaking amazing. And cool, interesting note, the Venom like screenshot appeared before the trailer did, and a lot of people were like contemplating whether that's concept art, whether it's fan art, whatever the hell that was. And yes, it was actual in-game screenshot, and this game looks phenomenal. This game looks fantastic from a story point, from a gameplay point, from just an overall everything I want from Spider-Man. It looks fantastic. It looks like drama is hyped to all heck. I mean, I freaking love Spider-Man. I love Venom, and I just love what Insomniac is doing right here. I love that they're doing different takes on the Spider-Man formula that we all come to know. Hopefully, they don't tread too safely like Spider-Man PS4 did. Hopefully, they mix things up. Give us a little bit something we don't expect to see, like this kick-ass freaking Venom art. Oh my God, Insomniac. Anyways, Spider-Man 2 is already on my highly anticipated list. This trailer just cemented it even further in there. Also, kick-ass PlayStation 5 exclusive console, like the frames or whatever you call them, as well as the controller. They look freaking amazing. Picking up the controller for sure. As far as the actual sliders for the PlayStation 5, I do not know, but it looks kick-ass and I freaking love it. Good job all around. Something I think that PlayStation has been making great strides in is in their PlayStation Plus subscription service. I think they've been putting in a bunch of cool games, a bunch of games that I feel like I would have purchased, but they got them to me there for free, or at least for the subscription price. I love it for everything that it is. I hate some of the things that they take out. Obviously, this is what we come to expect from subscription services. Netflix does this, Hulu does this, every subscription service does this. It's just always kind of that reality that they're always going to be taking games. These games in a subscription service are limited, so sometimes it makes you feel like, damn, which is going to be the next game I'm going to play before it gets taken off? Well, besides all that, they announced 10 games in the month of August that will be leaving PlayStation Plus. The games are Borderlands 3, Nidhogg, DCL game, don't know what that is, Grip, The Crew 2, 8-Bit Armies, Carmageddon, and then Yakuza Kiwami, and Yakuza Kiwami 2. Now, Yakuza is a franchise I've been trying to get deeper into, and I wish I would have just took more advantage of this. PlayStation, Xbox finally came to an agreement on Call of Duty on the PlayStation hardware as soon as, Xbox, Microsoft is buying Activision. We know that's happening. The question was always are they going to withhold Call of Duty? I don't know. That was never really a question, I don't think, because Xbox and Microsoft has already out there said it. Anyways, PlayStation finally signed the agreement that they're going to have Call of Duty 10 years on PlayStation, console parity and all. The biggest change to the, agreement now is that before it was for a lot of Activision properties, things like Crash, Spyro, etc. Now it excludes all of those games and it just mentions Call of Duty. Now, that's not to say that games like Crash Bandicoot, Spyro, etc. are never going to come to a PlayStation console. That's not what that means. That just means that Call of Duty is the only one that Microsoft has to put on PlayStation. But as they did with Bethesda, as they've done with all their acquisitions, they're reviewing games on a case-by-case basis, and they'll see what makes sense for that specific game. So I don't think this is the end for Activision games on PlayStation hardware. I just think it's not going to be a sure thing for a lot of things. What is great news, though, is that Microsoft has essentially revived the golden age of Call of Duty. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 2, and World at War have seen huge increases in their servers. They've been skyrocketing up the purchasing charts on Xbox consoles, and a lot of people were wondering why. Well, it came to light that Microsoft has actually helped to revive the servers and kind of clean these games up a little bit so that people can play on them on a modern era. Games that I thought were lost in time are finally playable again, and not just the campaigns but online. And I don't have an Xbox and I'm freaking jealous right now. This is like this is my era of Call of Duty. I freaking loved Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops. I loved World at War. This was like the Call of Duty that I know, and every time I play Call of Duty, I'm always trying to catch this same high that Call of Duty was on, and it's never really been the same. I think I played Call of Duty Ghosts, and that like really ruined Call of Duty for me. I still play them now, but it's more like a casual thing. I don't really care about it as much as I did. But I will say, watching like streamers and like YouTube players play some of my favorite levels, like in Favela, playing like High Rise and Terminal. God damn, like the nostalgia levels were at an all-time high. I damn near went out and just bought an Xbox for that, just like to show that I like this move. I like this move of Microsoft. This is a good place you want to be right now, Microsoft. You're making good moves with Activision. Keep it up. Keep, this like line of revitalizing old franchises, old things that we thought we weren't ever going to be able to play like this again. My only hope with this is that they make it into some kind of like Master Chief collection and also sell it on PlayStation, sell it on Nintendo Switch. The Nintendo Switch can run these games. Let them. Anyways, what was, I guess, kind of apathetic news was that Xbox Gold Live, whatever, is no longer a thing anymore. Xbox, people who are subscribed to Xbox Gold, as of the month of August, you'll be transitioned to officially Game Pass. You'll be, the specific tier is called Game Pass Core, and this kind of confused some people. Overall, I don't think really not much people had like a care for it, but essentially Xbox Core is like the online. Then they have like Xbox Game Pass, like console, which is just the games but not online, and then Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, which is like all the games online, everything that you can from Xbox. The idea I think that they're trying to say is like, if you want the full access to Game Pass, you get Game Pass Ultimate. But if you just want online and you don't care necessarily about the back catalog of games, you get Game Pass Core. If you care about the Game Pass games, like the back catalog, but you don't play like online, then you get Game Pass console. Overall, I don't think people really necessarily cared. I think the response to this was very apathetic, which is a good sign. You'd rather it be apathetic than like all out hate. So overall, I mean, good job, Microsoft. You're doing good things. The last thing on Xbox is that Xbox Activision, the merger has been delayed till October. They missed their deadline, so they have to like renegotiate, re-talk about it. I don't think this means that it's not going to happen. Like, I think all the it's not going to happen conversation is done. This is just now they got to iron out all the little details and cracks and crevices and make sure everything is solid. So overall, in October is the new deadline. We'll see what happens then. July 25th brings us Remnant 2. This is a sequel to Remnant from the Ashes. I never played that game. I honestly never heard of it. Never heard of Remnant 2. All of a sudden, I see all this talk and hype about this game. So apparently this game broke sales records on Steam, at least for this current time period. So currently, Remnant 2 is sitting at the second top sellers like chart, whatever, on Steam, underneath Baldur's Gate 3, which Baldur's Gate 3 is a game I've seen people hyping up for a while now, so that I wasn't surprised by that one. But Remnant 2 came out of left field for me. I was not expecting it. Reviews are out. It reviewed at a 78 on Metacritic, which isn't terrible. But overall, like, I'm reading these reviews and I'm hearing these people talk about it, and everyone's speaking positively on it. Even if like they're not like sounding off saying this is game of the year, everyone is saying this is a fun time. And watching the gameplay, it looks really cool. It looks really kick-ass. From what I gathered, it's like a Souls-like shooter roguelike. Love all those three. I can't really imagine how they play together, but they sound like something that just makes sense together. So overall, I have a backlog of games, and I've been trying to get through it until like Armored Core 6 comes out. I might have to switch plans though, because Remnant 2 is looking good. We'll see what happens on Tuesday, if I pick it up or not. But yeah, let me know if you guys are picking up Remnant 2. Out of left field, again, a new King Kong game was announced, revealed, trailer, all that stuff. This is King Kong this is Skull Island Rise of Kong. My bad. It's coming to PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, the Xboxes, and Nintendo Switch, as well as PC. This is a game being published by Game Mill, and this is developed by Iguana Bee Studios. This is... I don't like saying games look bad, but this doesn't look like my kind of game. It doesn't look polished. It looks kind of using up just like the licensing of a game. Overall, I've seen worse uses of license, like Golem and stuff. This doesn't look terrible. It is $39.99. This looks like a game that's probably going to be $10 somewhere down the line, so maybe I'll check it out then. Blizzard has this weird, like, story behind them where they make great, amazing games, and then they piss off their fan base after the fan base is already consumed and, like, ready to play this game. Diablo IV looks to be going that same route. Diablo 4 is a live service game, and coming up into their next season, they've done a lot of questionable things like making characters re-roll for new new builds or whatever. I'm not really a Diablo 4 fan, if you guys haven't noticed, but I like hearing people talk about it. I like the passion behind the community, and the newest thing that kind of outraged people was the fact that they nerfed a lot of like really popular builds. And they didn't just like nerf them, right? They didn't just like balance it. They like freaking sunk their ship. From what I heard, is they're gonna make the game even grindier than it needs to be. They're making the game harder than it needs to be, and they're making it more of a slog. And I mean, it is live service, so this is something that could be corrected and rectified. Which Blizzard says that they hear the community's outcries. They hear you guys. So just keep screaming it. Hopefully Blizzard listens. And hopefully they make changes that reflect the passion that their community has. So, I mean, overall, here's to a new horizon. Hopefully Diablo 4 comes out as a great Diablo game in the end of it. Final Fantasy XVI has been mired with controversy since release, even prior to release. This is a game that's definitely split fan bases. It's created tons of arguments online. One of those arguments was whether or not this was a successful game, whether or not Square Enix really likes where the profits are at, where this game is trending sales wise. We heard things of it sells 3 million on like the first week, amazing. Then we hear things like 90% drop off of sales, terrible. Whatever the conversation is, Square Enix has finally came out to speak their mind on this whole conversation. They've said pretty much that Final Fantasy 16 is trending in the direction they want. They said they're really happy with the sales of it, especially considering the fact that it is only on PlayStation 5. That PlayStation 5, it has a very small number of consoles sold, and they're very impressed with the attachment rate of Final Fantasy 6 to the PlayStation 5. And overall, they expect that it's going to have great legs going on, throughout the remainder of the PlayStation 5's lifespan. And I only see things going up from here, right? Because PlayStation 5 is going to continue to sell consoles. More people are going to pick up Final Fantasy 16, especially with the fact that there's not a lot of options of like PlayStation 5 exclusives. And the fact that it's going to PC sometime soon. Alright, I want to end things off on something really cool, something that I really like, something that I don't know why I like this. Armored Core 6, Fires of Rubicon, got a story trailer. Now, I'm going to be honest, this is a game I've been very hyped for a long time. I say one of my most highly anticipated games for a lot of games this year, but that's because a lot of these games I'm really excited for. And this is another game that I'm really excited for. I'm really excited for this game because of the customizable features, because of mechs, because of war, because of the gameplay of it all looks sick as hell. I never even questioned whether or not this game has a story. So I saw the story trailer, and I have more questions. I don't know what this game is about after watching a 3-minute story trailer. So if you guys know what the story is about of Armored Core Rubicon, Fires of Rubicon, let me know down below. I'm going to end it with that. I'll see you guys in the next video. This has been a great week. Remember, you guys, go out there, play some games. Let me know how those games are. Enjoy the rest of gaming, and I'll see you guys on the next video.